Good day, guys. It's Mike Zulu 06, Mike Sierra Whiskey. Trust you people are all well. What you see here on the screen at the moment is a computer program done by Radar Ops Eddie ZS6 Bravo November Echo, and it's a new club that we've launched over here in South Africa. And what it basically does is it allows you to log live QSOs. I'll go through some of it with you right now and show you some of the features, and you may want to apply for a PIN code which is completely free and explore the system. The nice thing is that you don't have to send any spreadsheets in, you don't have to wait for contest organizers to calculate results. Everything is done on the fly, as long as your opponent the other side, or your ham radio operator on the other end, as long as he logs timelessly, you will get pretty much instant results all the time. Anyway, here's the landing page at the top over here. On the top left hand corner you see this big bar here. You've got community online logbook. We have cool evaluator, daily activity, a description of the cool, membership request, which of course is for free, club constitution, and the history of the cool itself. We're going to start over here by clicking the community online logbook and have a look what it looks like. Alright, so what you see here at the moment, if I refresh the page, you can now see at the top here the cool sorted by date and time, version 3229 January 2024. And note, double click on the log to generate a QSL card. Here are the latest QSOs that the South Africans or anybody around the world has done. In this case over here, ZS6 Bravo November Echo. He had a QSO with Yankee Bravo 1 Juliet Golf India at 08:39 and 53 seconds UTC. On this exact frequency of 28.0751, and the mode that he chose was FT8. The power that he was transmitting at was 50 watts. Alright, so now on this particular page, what you can also do is you can upload any ADIF file from any other source of logging software that you like. So for example, Log4OM, Logbook of the World, QRZ.com, and many others, and you can upload it into the system here, or you can actually upload it manually by having a look over here. You click on the upload ADIF. Alright, if you want to upload it manually, well, from an ADIF file that you stored from somewhere, or you can go to the far left hand side of the screen here. You can say click on new log, and over at the top here you'll see in the pink it shows your update pin. Eddie ZS6BNE will give you a pin that lasts for about 6 months long. If there's no activity on the cool after 6 months, your pin won't work. So the idea is to have fun and keep logging. Then of course your call sign, the other person's call sign, you fill in these fields, and the comments if you want. The minute you open this up, the time UTC is automatically time stamped. Gives you the date, you type in the frequency, and then you choose the mode. Over here you can see there's SSB, AM, FM, FT8, RTTY, and digital. Then on your power options you've got quite a few options. You've got QRP, QRPP, 20 watts, 50 watts, 100 watts, 500 watts, up to 1 kilowatt. Then I also want to iterate that this blue section over here, these blue QSLs here, alright, these blue QSLs here mean that you QSO'd on a particular date and frequency with someone, and they confirmed your QSO within 5 minutes of you going QRT. You get these blue marks over here, which indicate that you had a proper match. However, it gets a little bit more interesting. On this side over here, you've got a column here on the right hand side called check. Okay, I'll give you an example a little bit later on if I find one. These will turn yellow, corresponding with the blue on the left hand side here. Now how that will work is that on your grid locator, on your exchanges in this box over here, you're going to put in whatever the agreed exchange is, whether it be your grid locator, your name, your cat, your dog, whatever. Okay, and if you copy them correctly, you're going to type in here what other grid is, what the person's grid locator is, or what the exchange was. Alright, and he's going to do it on the other side as well, and then there will be a perfect match. If there's no perfect match, the blue will remain because you made the QSO, but there will be no yellow in the checkbox over here. Okay, so what else do we want to explore here? And then there are options of that you can export a page to Eqsl. I have not used this feature, but you can export this page to Eqsl. You hit export, it generates an Eqsl log file there, which you can sort out at your own time. You have an option to print screen, prepare for selective downloads if you want to download anything. And alright, so now that we've covered the actual log system of the Eqsl, I'm going to now show you another screen. Let's just have a look at this. We're opening it up now. Here again is the main landing page. Now let's say for instance that you're a club, or you have a group of friends which are having a QSO with each other, and you want to measure group performance, or even if you want to measure personal performance. What the system does over here under Eqsl Evaluator is that it gives you an option to evaluate criteria, submit log, unique call signs, final results, and a bar chart. Over here, now let's say for instance I want to know all the CW guys worldwide. Well, we'll get there in a minute. All the CW guys, and I want to select the date range. Say for instance from the 1st of January to say the 31st of January. And the start time is going to be 000 UTC, and the end time is going to be 2300 UTC. Now I want to now measure nationally what is going to be my Eqsl Sprint Evaluator. I hit submit, and there you can see here is a fantastic graph of the Eqsl results. CW only logs checked. Remember I told you those blue marks checked, and these are the amount of QSOs that each of these people have done over that period of time, and it just shows you exactly which hams have been active and which hams have not been so active. So there we go. Then of course based on that criteria you can click on final results. Here are the final results: log accuracy checks, Golf 4 Foxtrot Sierra X-ray on the top screen over here, 00, 00, and then ZR6 ham over here, log accuracy checks 7, score 7, and so forth and so on. And you can go down the list and you can see exactly what the scores look like. Then of course over here on the top here next to that you've got unique call signs, and these are the unique call signs which were active during that period. Then we click on submitted logs, which is exactly the same. Well, almost the same. Here it just took a few seconds to come up. These are the submitted logs over here for that period of time. And you can see exactly where these guys are, and what frequency and what power they're chatting on, and together with the grid locator and the other grid locator. Okay, back to evaluation. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to uncheck this box saying search CW mode, and I'm going to click search SSB mode for the same period of time. Okay, and I'm going to click on search only QSLs outside South Africa. You hit submit. It'll take a few minutes. Okay, so these are the DXs. These are the guys over here which are doing DX outside South Africa. You can see Golf 4 Foxtrot Sierra X-Ray. He's achieved 8 over that period of time. Victor 51 Papa Juliet in Namibia, he's done 1. And of course, over the same period of time, ZS6HI, he's done 2. Alright, that is SSB mode, I forgot to say. Now let's have a look at the same criteria. We uncheck the SSB mode and we click on the CW mode, and we're going to have a look at the QSOs outside South Africa, DX in other words, in CW only. Let's have a look at the difference. Alright, at the top of the screen here you see logs submitted onto the Cool, CW and ZSDX only, and here you can see who the big players are so far for January 2024. ZS1 Charlie Fox, he's really scoring pretty high. We'll have a look at his score just now. And of course ZS6 Bravo November Echo and ZS5 DUV are the lowest there, and the highest over here is ZS6 UT with 200 DX contacts. Okay, now that we've gone to the final results page, you scroll down over here. You might have remembered I show you ZS1 Charlie Fox's DX's graph. Well, he scored 155 points. ZS1 November 47, and if I scroll further down, ZS6 UT 199. Unique call signs stay the same. Submitted logs, you've seen that before, and evaluations. Alright, so that's how that works. Now here comes the trick. Do you remember I showed you those this column over here where it says check, and you're looking for a perfect super cool check on accuracy? Let's see if I can find one quickly. Okay, there's a good example. This one over here was the SARL club contest, and the ZS6 Mike Sierra Whiskey, which is myself. I had a QSO with ZS6BNE on the 27th of January 2024 at 14:51 and 39 seconds on 7.0220 on CW. Now have a look at the exchange criteria. What we were supposed to do, we were supposed to exchange your name and your club and your 4-grid locator, which I did. As you can see there, mine was Mike ZS6STN KG33, and Eddie was Eddie Lima Alpha Romeo Kilo and then KG34. Now if you can have a look, Eddie copied me perfectly, so he typed in my details at the bottom here, and I copied Eddie perfectly, and I copied the details over here as well. So here we have a perfect match. Alright, super duper. So what else can I show you? Yeah, to get those super matches, they at the moment won't work on DX because a lot of the guys overseas are still new to this, so they might not do a perfect exchange on apart from a QSL. But when it comes to the CW mode for South Africa, over here under the cool evaluation options, you will see that it says there's super cool sprint evaluator, 1 point per cool QRZCQ included in the exchange checks. So we're going to have a look at the same date range, and we're going to click on here and just give it a second to generate. Alright, it's coming. Alright, there we have a classic example of 100% accuracies, not only the QSL exchange but also the finite detail. Here you can see Eddie ZS6 Bravo November Echo with this big orange thing, graph, and myself there. You can see that we equal because we had a perfect match. Here's ZS6 UT. He also had a perfect match of 2, and ZS5 DUV and ZS1 November. Alright, so that pretty much covers everything over here that I'm showing you in terms of the evaluation criteria. Going back to the super cool, we've covered that page. Now we're just going to open up another window of the super cool. Characteristically slow. Alright, there it is. Alright, so as I said before, there's the community online open logbook. The cool, we've covered that. We've covered the cool evaluator, the daily activity. We click on that, and that will give you the daily activity. Everything mixed, how busy people are. You can see at the moment over here ZS6 UT Uniform Tango. He's done 9 QSOs today. The cool, which is the main page over here explaining what the cool is. The cool, a unique online QSO logging system with programmatic evaluation. Developed by Eddie ZS6 Bravo November Echo. Technology is used with the cool. For those who are fairly technically minded and program minded, these are the different HTML, CSS, JavaScript, PHP, MyQSL, EasyUI, integrated developments, IDEs, Visual Studio Code, and all the technical stuff that you can go through there yourself. And the cool, an intelligent system. Now that's the difference. It's an intelligent system. It's not merely a logbook like QRZ.com. It does a lot more than that. It's not just a log history library like Logbook of the World. It does a lot more than that. And you can read through all the stuff over here. The cool security. The cool has an in-house developed PIN-based security system to prevent any abuse of the system. A PIN is issued to a radio amateur to enable him or her to use the cool. As I said earlier on, that if you don't use the cool within 6 months, you need to reapply for another PIN. Right, so you can browse through that at your own leisure. What else have we shown you here? Membership requests, we click on that. On membership requests, the cool membership request, you fill in your name, your call sign, your email address, your preferred mode. Now your preferred mode is just merely a matter of recording what your preferred mode is. It doesn't necessarily mean that you have to log on your preferred mode. So if your preferred mode is SSB, okay, we will know you that you're an SSB person, but there's no problems at all logging your CW or your FM or your digital contacts. Then of course Eddie would like to know your grid locator, and you fill that in and save, and Eddie will email you a PIN code. Then we're clicking onto club constitution. You can read through all that red tape. Unfortunately, it's necessary. The name, this club shall be known as the CW, the Cool CW Operators Club. The aims and objectives. The aims and objectives of the club shall be to further the interests of its members in all aspects of amateur radio, in particularly Morse code. To provide an amateur radio communication service to the community when required. To further the aims of the South African Radio League. That's very, very important. To promote the use of the Cool system and evaluator. And you can read through the membership there, and membership of the club's committee, what we stand for, the proceedings of the committee members, the annual general meeting, special general meeting, amendments of the constitution. Then lastly but not least, if we click on the tab saying history, it gives you a little bit about the history of the actual club, the creation history of the club, and so forth and so on. It says here it was in December of 2023 where a need was seen to create a place where South African Morse code operators could gather and where all would feel comfortable in visiting. Excuse me. There are quite a few ham radio operators in South Africa who are proficient in the use of Morse code. The origins of the club come from years of promotion by Mike ZS6 Mike Sierra Whiskey in motivating hams to learn CW, and basically it's been quite a good success. And then you can continue down here the aims and the objectives. You can scroll further down, and then I give detailed history of how everything started. Okay, I think that's pretty much about it. And thank you very much, and hopefully you can partake in the Cool and have a look to see what it's like. You can upload and download ADF files. It's very, very user friendly. You can use it off your cell phone as long as you've got cellular signal, and you can use it off your PC as well. 73 in this presentation was from Mike ZS6 Mike Sierra Whiskey in conjunction with ZS6 Bravo November Echo, and thanks for your support. 73.